All right, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let's start off the day being positive. Okay. This video today, we'll be talking about positivity versus negativity. All right. We're going to talk about positivity versus negativity. Which direction do you want to go? When this divider approaches, when you come towards this divider, where do you want to go? Do you want to go towards the positive or do you want to go towards the negative? Okay. And I want to tell you the difference between being in a negative space and going towards the negative and going towards the positive and being positive, right? So let's start off with the negative first because we got to end it strong. We got to end off strong. Let's start off with the negative, right? When you lean towards the negative, when you're a negative person, a lot of negative energy is put out there in the atmosphere, right? And when you put negativity out there, when you put negative energy out there, what you receive, what you attract, what comes towards you is negativity because you are yourself are being negative. You have to get to a point where you want to drift away from that negativity towards positivity because negative people usually hang with negative people with negative energy and they always have a negative attitude about life, about their job, about their relationship, about everything that's going on. Everything for them is always negative. And if you pay attention, people that's usually negative, a lot of them are very miserable in life. Nothing is good enough. Nothing is ever good enough. Every single thing is a problem. They complain about everything. Stuff could be going good for them, but they find some way to sabotage or to complain or to make an excuse about something in their life. And I realize because when you watch negative things, right? All the time. You're constantly watching negative things. You're constantly around negative people. You're constantly listening to negative music, right? When you're doing all these negative stuff, it messes you up so much and you don't even realize subconsciously this thing is messing you up. And then you look at your life and you wonder why your life sucks. Why does your life sucks? Your life sucks because you always surround yourself with negativity. You always surround yourself with negative content. You always indulging in things that put you in a negative mindset, in a bad mindset, right? You have some people that love to stay in toxic, negative things because they would say, I am used to this. This is what I grew up seeing. This is what I've been around my whole life. This is normal to me to be in this negative space, right? It's normal for me to be in this negative environment, but not realizing even though something is your norm when you're a child, you don't have no control over where you live, right? And who's your parents. You have no control over that. But you're going to get older. And when you get older and you still are surrounding yourself with that right there, that negativity, you're still in that negative mind space, you're still in that negative environment, then at some point you got to start blaming yourself. You cannot blame other people. You have to blame yourself because you are now an adult and you have control over where you live and who you're around and stuff like that. So it's for you to start making changes. Okay? So just keep in mind that I'm not mad. I'm not trying to come at you because of what you went through as a kid, because we all went through things as kids, right? We all have been in negative spaces, negative family members, negative friends, all those things. We've been in all those things and I get it, right? But at some point, you got to start taking accountability for your life and the things that you do when you become an adult. You cannot keep using the excuse of when I was a kid, okay? I grew up seeing some things as a kid too. That don't mean I'm going to do it as an adult, especially if when I was going through it as a kid, I didn't like it. If I myself did not like the things I was going through as a kid and I thought it was negative, I think it was bad, I think it hurt me, it didn't put me in a positive place, why would I want to keep doing the same thing when I become older? When I become older, I want to change that, right? I want to change that because I realized every time I went towards the negative, every time we went towards the negative, the family, the friends, whoever it is, it always ended in an accident. It's always ended up in something bad. We end up in a ditch somewhere, or it messes you up mentally or physically. You don't want to keep going down that road because you realize where it brought you to Every single time you did it when you were younger. Now you're older, you're conscious of what happened to you. Now you want to start making changes, right? Now you want to start making changes, and you're saying, you know what? I do not want to experience that again. I do not want to go through that again. I'm not going down that road again. Then you start making little changes, and you start drifting towards the positive. You make those changes and you go towards the positive. If you could name me the benefits, of being negative, if you can name me the benefits of being mean, vindictive, spiteful, unforgiving, where you don't forgive, you don't forgive people for the things that they do. You harbor and you hold on to stuff. If you could tell me the benefits in it, then I would definitely indulge. And make sure it's logical, make sure it's factual, make sure it makes sense, right? So if you want to tell me some great things about being negative, then by all means, let me know. Otherwise, from that, you guys should be looking away from negativity. You should be leaning towards positivity. I don't care if you're used to it or not. Drift this way. Let's start making adjustments. Let's start making changes. All right? Now, let's get into the positive. What happens when you lean towards the positive? And trust me, I have more stuff that I can say about the negative, right? By like going into a relationship with a negative mindset, right? When you go into a relationship with a negative mindset, guess what's going to happen to the relationship? It's going to fail. It's not going to make it. It's not going to be sustainable. That relationship is going to start right here and fall off real quick because you went into it with the mindset of it's not going to work. You went into it with the mindset that this person is going to treat you poorly. This person is going to verbally abuse you, physically abuse you. They're going to cheat on you. They're not going to care about your well-being and all that stuff. You went in there with a negative mindset and you expect to have a positive, good relationship with your spouse. It doesn't happen like that. And it's the same thing when it comes to business. You went into it with a negative mindset. You think the business is going to flourish or you think the business is going to fail? Every single time something happens, you trip, anything, little thing happens, you know what you're going to say? Let me go towards the negative and I'm going to be like this because your default is negativity. For example, my cousin, he's a truck driver, and my cousin, he has his own business, got his own trucking business. He doesn't work for anybody. And what happened was he lost a contract. There's a contract that he had every week and he lost the contract. And if he was a negative person, the first thing he would do is say, you know what? Forget the business. I'm going to go work for somebody. I'm giving up. And he would have just straight default to the negative, right? But you know what he did? He said, you know what? I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep pushing. I believe in my dream. I believe in what I'm doing. And now he got another contract, right? It might not be the contract that he had before, but he got another contract. And it's all about being positive, right? If he was a negative person, negative mindset, then he would have said, you know what? I'm going this way. Forget this. I'm giving up on this and stuff like that. And that's the general people right now. I realize in this world, there's a lot of people like that, right? There's a lot of people that when things start to get rough or a little bump or anything happens, they're quick to give up and run the other way. And that's why relationships are not lasting anymore. Friendships are not lasting anymore. Businesses, when people work together, the team, they're not, like, everybody is just straight default negative. And they're quick to give up. The endurance is not there. They're not running anymore. Everybody's just walking, and the moment something happens, they turn around and go back the other way. Now, I don't want to stay too long on the negative, because I know that there's a lot of things that I could touch on with negativity. But let's get into the positive so we can put a little smile on our face, right? Positivity. What is positivity? Why is positivity such a great, amazing, excellent, extravagant, beautiful, amazing thing, right? Being in a positive mindset is just the energy that you have flowing through your body, right? It makes you feel so at peace. So being a positive mindset, it makes you feel at peace. You feel relaxed, right? And the beautiful thing about being positive is no matter how much things you're around, right, that might not be going your way, or people that's negative and all those things, you are able to stay in a positive mindset and look at things in a brighter light. So somebody, like for example with me, somebody will come to me with their life story, what they're going through and everything, right? And they will come to me and say, hey, Jermaine, such and such and such and such, and can you believe such and such, right? Straight negative. And I would listen to understand, and I would say, okay. Did you ever think about it this way? Did you think that this might this, and this is why they got to this? And the person would pause because they never thought about it that way. Everything they thought about with the situation was always geared towards negativity because negativity is their default. Positivity is my default. So when you tell me something, a story, you better believe I can take the story, process everything, and have a rebuttal for you. But my rebuttal will be a positive rebuttal, right? Make you look at it in a different light. Make you look at the situation in a different way because you're only seeing it one way. So when I'm done explaining it now, they look at me like, wow, I never thought about that. That's actually true. Oh my God, you're so right. And I would tell them, this is how you was going to approach it, right? But instead of approaching it that way, what you're going to do, you're going to approach it this way instead. Because if you approach it this way, it's going to get worse. This is going to happen. But because I don't want you to go down that road and have this happen to you and make it worse, you're already in a bad mindset already. So let's go this way, right? So now I'm going to tell you what to do, what to try, and tell me if this works, right? And I've had people tell me some amazing things that they've tried my way and they've tried the things that I'm saying, and things turned out great. And they're glad they spoke to me and they're glad they was able to listen to what I had to say because they automatically just had the negative thing flowing through their body. But when I talk to them, I push positivity out there and they're able to look at things in a different light. Positivity is such an amazing thing. It's great for relationships. So if you go into a relationship with someone and you go in there with a positive mindset and you do your best, everything usually works itself out. So even if the relationship does not work out, you can say you went in there with a positive mindset and you gave it your all. The same thing with the business. It's the same thing. You go into it with a positive mindset. You go into it giving it your all. You don't go into it half-assed. You cannot do that. You got to be all in. Okay? You got to be all in. And that's the way things work, because when people are on the edge about things, when they're hesitant about things, when they're not confident about things, right? Usually things don't work out. And then they wonder why it didn't work out, because you didn't go into it with a positive mindset. Positivity attracts positive people. Now, I'm a positive person. So you better believe if you're around me, if you are around me, a person that's a positive person like me, right? If you're around me, you better believe that negative stuff, leave it behind. Leave it over there. Because the moment you start bringing negativity around me, I'm going to check it. I'm going to say something to you, and it's going to make you self-conscious about the things that you're doing. And at some point, you're going to be like, you know what? He's right. Do not bring your negativity around me, because my positivity, I fill myself with so much positive things that I'm going to outshine your negativity. And if I realize your negativity is too much, I'm walking away from you. If I realize your negative energy is too much and I realize you do not want to change or make adjustments, I am walking away from you. I don't need no negative people around me, because you might start changing my mindset, and I don't want that. But if you're here to learn, here to be better, then I don't mind. If you want to change, I don't mind guiding you and helping you to be in a more positive mindset. But you don't bring your negativity over here and expect to stay in that negative space. We're going to make changes and adjustments if you want to. I only help people only if they want help. I'm at the point now where I don't help people unless they really genuinely want the help. There's a lot of people out there that say they want help, but they don't truly want the help. They say it, I want help, but they really don't want the help. They just talking just to talk. So those people I distance myself from, because they're going to start taking away from me. Because I'm sitting there pouring into somebody's cup. I'm pouring in somebody's cup, right? And I realize that they had the lid on. So every time I pour, it's just splashing right off. Or the lid might be off. I'm pouring in their cup, but the bottom of the cup got a hole. So every time I pour into their cup, it just leaks right out. If I'm going to keep pouring into you and your cup is not ready to catch what I'm throwing at you, and you have a hole in the bottom of your cup and it keep leaking out, then I'm going to stop pouring into you, because you're wasting my time and you're wasting my energy. I don't have time and energy to waste on people that don't care for it. Let me give it to somebody that actually want it, somebody that deserve it, somebody that would actually appreciate having me in their life. Let me do that for somebody else. But you don't take my time or my energy, and you know that you're not going to do anything positive or anything good with it. So positivity do bring positive people around you. People that has, like there's people that met me and they tell me off the rip, Jermaine, your energy is so amazing. Jermaine, you're such a positive energy. I could tell by the way you talk, the way you carry yourself and stuff like that. I could tell you're a really good person. I'm like, what in the world? You hardly know me. But people could tell you, I can feel the energy. I can feel your vibe. I can feel who you are as a person. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. And it's true, because there's times when I've been around people and I'm like, whoa, you're such a amazing person to be around. I would love to be around you all the time, right? And there's people that tell me that they would love to be around me because I'm such a positive person. And people love to be around me because I'm such a positive person, right? So when you're a positive person, you attract positive people to be around you, which is amazing. Positive people come around you. They want to have conversations with you. They want to talk about business. They want to talk about relationships. They want to talk about everything, but they want to be around you. They want to be with you. From friends to relationship to whatever you want to think of. People just love being around you because of who you are as a person, just this positive entity, right? And that's who I am. So being positive, it's such an amazing thing, because you attract positive things to you. Your positivity is a magnet. Your negativity is a magnet. You want to be a magnet that sucks negativity towards you, or do you want to be a magnet that sucks positivity towards you? I'm a positive magnet, so I attract positive people. And if you are a negative person, I reflect you. Negative entity, I push you back. I'm that magnet that reverses, and I push you back away from me. I don't want you anywhere close to me if you're a negative person. So I don't want to make this video too long, but I'm always going to say this. Positive energy. When you put positivity out there, you receive positivity back. Definitely. The reason why I stood on negativity more than positivity, because I realized in this world, in this lifetime that we live in now in 2024, negativity is like the main thing that's in the world right now. Everybody is doing something bad to each other, or they're thinking bad things about each other, but it's like it's so much bad things going on. But you see the thing with positivity, man, when you start making changes and you start doing positive things, the amount of amazing things that happens in your life, you look back and you're like, wow, if I had stayed this way, if I had kept this mindset, I would have never got to where I'm at now. Imagine you come out of something negative and you automatically just be this negative person all the time. Even if you met somebody amazing, you wouldn't attract the person, or the person wouldn't want to be around you or be with you, because you're a negative person, and they can feel the energy. They can see the vibe that you're a negative person. But when you come out of something negative, you come out of a relationship that's negative, right? You grew up in a negative space, all that stuff. Once you start making changes and you start to be in a positive space, you start to think positively, great things happen. Amazing thing happens. And I'm not talking from just to talk. I'm talking from experience. When you make changes and you drift away from the negativity and you go into positivity and you start to be more positive, you start to do more positive things, you start to surround yourself with positive people, you start to read positive books, you start to watch positive videos, you start to do positive things. Oh my God. The amount of changes that happens with you mentally, it's such an amazing feeling. It is such an amazing feeling to be such a positive person, because it's like, now when you're a positive person, you can see all the unhealthy things you was indulging in, all the unhealthy people you've been around, all the unhealthy things that you allowed to penetrate you before. But when you get into that positive space, you're able to stop all of that. You're able to distance yourself from all of that. You're able to not indulge in those things, because you realize how bad it is to be in that space. But now that you've done the work and got out of that space, and now you're in this space, whoo, my goodness. If you never thought energy is real, when you start making that changes, you would see that it's actually 100% real. You would feel it, you would see it. Your whole life, mentality, everything will change once you start to drift towards the positivity. My goodness. Whew. All right, so don't want to make this video too long. Thank you guys for supporting me. Thank you guys for your patience. Honestly, I'm at my son's soccer game right now. The game already started, so I'm about to run in there, go watch the game right now. But I just wanted to take this time, because I had about 15 minutes. I'm already went over my 15 minutes. I wanted to take this time to make this video for you guys, to get positivity out there, to talk about negativity versus positivity, because I made a video this morning. I felt like I need to get this out there. But thank you guys for supporting the channel. If you guys do like my content, make sure you subscribe. Share it with somebody that might need to see this video, because there's a lot of people that need help. And if we as friends can't help them, something is wrong. But thank you guys for everything. You already know what it is. Skadoosh.